crispy.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles of AlFigures. And someone just left a comment on, maybe it was either shorter video, and said, bring back tutorials. So I don't do as many tutorials these days as I used to do them in the past, but figured why not have a portion of this video be a tutorial. So what I want to do here is I want to put kind of a railing, a banister type of deal here. And so what I'm gonna do is, or what I did already, is I already kind of cut these to size. And the way I usually measure these type of things is I have an action figure here, a 6-inch figure, and I kind of just stand them there. And since I'm going to be stabbing this into the stairs, it will be a little bit lower. So that's kind of how I go about it. And then I have this miter saw, and I cut, as you can see here, these are all cut at a 45-degree angle. And then I also kind of size this piece so that some of it's going to be sticking into the wall. So that's how I prepared for this. And then what I did is sharpen these up so I can stab them into the foam. Sharpen this up so I can also stab it into the foam. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start stabbing this into the stairs. So I just kind of look for that middle. Let's light this up. Kind of look for that middle area there. Just go right into it. I go with the second one. Make sure that the angle is facing down. Same thing here. I kind of go stabbing it right into it. And then do the same thing on this third step. And I want to make sure that it's above or right inside of this piece of foam. So I don't want to do it too close to the edge because then it'll kind of stick out. And then the last piece, again, making sure the angle's facing down. Kind of do the same thing here. And you see, I I didn't get too far in, so pull that up, and I can kind of put glue on there, but I'll angle it off a little bit. Oh, I have to fix that, but this is a great example. That's why you want to kind of get more in the middle. These are more in the middle, so I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, kind of move this a little bit. And then what I'll do is there's a kind of a space there, and I'll fill it in when everything is said and done. But so now we have these. Now what we want to do is make sure that these kind of balance out, equal out, right? All right, my 3 minutes was up, so they cut me off. But so basically I was incorrect in the way I started it. What you need to do is make sure that all these are 3 different sizes. So this one was at the top step and it was too short, so I just cut another one up real quick off camera. So this is a little bit taller. This one's a little shorter than that one, and this one's the shortest one. And then once you kind of do that, then you have a better fit in terms of gluing this on, as you can see. So this one's going to be shorter, this one's going to be a little bit taller, this one's going to be the tallest. So what I want to do now is I kind of have it kind of set up as best as I could in terms of the angle. The stairs may not be exactly a 45-degree angle, so you're not going to get the exact fit. I mean, if I kind of angle it like this, you'll see how it's just going to be too tall. Let me see, maybe not. See how he looks at the top. Yeah, you don't want this. You don't want this to be way up at his chest. So what I may have to do is just cut this one a little shorter. And let's see. So we're just gonna experiment with this guy. We're just gonna cut it just a little bit shorter. And I'm gonna take this. My trash can, and okay, so now this one's should be a lot shorter than that one, so let's go back in there all the way through, Let's see how this looks now. All right, so now it's looking a little better. And then this one, yeah, so that's gonna work, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue all three of these kind of together, so that you don't have to stab all of them the equal amount that you may need to stab them into the side of the stairs. So once these are all glued in, it'll work as like kind of one piece, and then I'll reinforce them. So I'm going to use tacky glue and kind of let that sit for a little bit. Then I'm going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to kind of reinforce the hot glue here in the back and in the front for all of them, and that'll give it a nice glue job. And then this piece can be taken off and on again. I may reinforce the bottom, I may not. I'll kind of see how it fares, but I'm gonna go off camera now and just basically glue all these together, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the railings here are, or the railing is installed. So just wanted to give you guys a look, painted and installed. So basically what I did is I just kind of stabbed it there. So in order to take this off, you just have to kind of take this wall off, and I'm gonna put something there to make it look like it's a setting where it goes into it. But let's take the stairs out so you guys can get a closer look. So you guys saw earlier I kind of did that little bit of a mistake and stabbed it at an angle, which kind of burst it out, but I covered a little bit with paint, dirt. So basically the way this works is that you have to take these out like this, right? So tacky glue first and foremost, then I did hot glue to reinforce it. So by itself is pretty good. I mean, it's not gonna just fall apart. And then when you do install it, stab it into the foam, magnetize it to the base, and then kind of bring it into the setting there. By itself is, you know, pretty strong, pretty durable. Painted the stairs a little bit more. I still have to kind of darken the inside that a little bit, but it kind of made it as it would look with old grungy looking stairs, kind of dark where the bars kind of go into the cement there. So I finished that up, and then painted or did a little bit more brown here, some more browns here, and kind of put a little brown into the orange there to diffuse that a little bit, and as well as a little more brown into where the kind of the white was, so I can diffuse that. I also darkened this up, so as you can see, when you do light it from the back, they're still not installed. There's still a gap here because I haven't installed them fully well. I think what I'm going to do, to finish that thought, to kind of just see how dirty, the windows are. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of the windows off, like if they're broken. And in the past when I've done that, the only bad thing about it is that you can kind of see straight through. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some not parchment paper, but kind of some that cloudy paper, and glue it on here, so that when you see the openness of the broken window, it's not gonna, you won't be able to see like anything in the background. It'll just kind of be cloudy. So I think I'm gonna do that as well. Was thinking about that last night. Still came in with a little more brown wash here, a little bit of a darker brown. I also kind of washed this this light bulb a little bit, so it kind of looks, you know, even when it's on, it kind of looks like it's dirty. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of, let me see, I have it here. This is kind of a rust type of finish. So it is time to now create the rebarb that's going to be sticking out of some of these and kind of on the inside of these holes here. So what I've used for many years is this wiki stick. I don't know where I got this from. I don't know if they even make it, but this is what I use. So what I'll do is I'll grab one of these guys here. Oh, this is indeed sticky. So I'll grab this. I don't even remember doing this. So I'll grab one of these, and then what I'll do is, so it's kind of this waxy, flexible type of I don't know, creative toys, what they're calling it, but well, painted in what a rusty rebar will look like. And once that dries, I'll see if it needs a second coat. It probably won't. And then what I'll do is I'll take, I'll just kind of create a hole in there and kind of put a little bit of tacky glue, stick it in there, then create another hole up top and kind of stick it up there, and it just looks like rebarb. And so that is the next step in this. And after this clip will just be, the next clip will be the finished, this piece finished and done and ready to go. So I just kind of want to show you guys what I use for the rebarb. I've had this pack 10 years or something like that, and there's still other pieces of these that are like a clear piece. There's like a yellow piece hanging around in my stuff somewhere. I just don't know where I put them, but grab this as the yellow is fine for the brown to kind of go over. Alright, let's finish this up, put those in. Then the next clips will be finally this finished version of this diorama. And this one is a wrap. It is 100% finished, and the goal with this is to sell it. So the asking price right now is $225. I am going to announce that here right now, first and foremost on YouTube. And then if I have no one who's interested, I'll try pushing it on Instagram. And at that point, if there's no interest there, then I will, I've been wanting to open an Etsy store, and I do have a couple of smaller dioramas and things that I can put on there. So this may be something I can put on Etsy if I get no takers. First and foremost here on YouTube, and secondly on Instagram / Facebook. So let's go through this real quick. So you guys have seen where I kind of the process of this. So I'm gonna just kind of go through all the steps. So one of the things I added, a couple, excuse me, not one of, because I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little waxy type art thingamajiggies. I don't even really know what they're called, but what I did is I just painted them in that dark brown, put a little bit of rust color on them, and kind of had them sticking out almost like they're rebarb. So that's that I think looks pretty good. The light, I already kind of mentioned how the light has been dirtied up a little bit. These stairs are completely done and set, and this is a piece, kind of a separate piece that you can remove from here. So when I do sell it, I will, this will kind of be separate of that, but this kind of just goes right into there. And you can see kind of the difference here of how it started, where it ended. With the windows, I actually, let's see, let's turn this around. So what I did is I kind of put this this paper in the back so you can still kind of light them up, but you can't see through them, as I cut out some of the panels there to make it look like they were just broken windows. Also added some cracks. Yeah, some of the bricks glued onto the floor. You guys saw the process of this. Dirtied the wall up a little more with that darker brown. Some different type of shades of brown on the door as well. Kind of dirtied the inside of the brick, make it a little bit darker in some spots. And the way this breaks down is pretty much it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, but it is magnetized, so it's easy to ship. It is easy, easy to store away. And also added this 3D printed hydrant that I've had for a long time, and this is actually the color of the hydrants. You can't see it from here, but the color of the hydrants in the current town that I live in, Brockton, Massachusetts, it's this black and kind of this silver chrome. So the light's also removable. And because it is all magnetized, it literally just clicks into place. Anytime you click these into place, you always have to kind of level them up with your hand, because magnets can shift a little bit, so it can be a little bit off, and all you're doing is kind of pushing it. And then you add this piece, same idea, kind of pushing it. Well, actually, with this you want to add the stairs first, and the stairs are also magnetized, so they go right into place. And then you kind of put this at an angle, and you just kind of lay this into the hole that's kind of built there. Push that into place. Add the hydrant wherever you want to add it. And this one is good to go. But I definitely like how this came out. you know, when I was at Boston Toy Con, a few people mentioned that it may be a better idea to kind of get it all dirty and murky, something that would be more out of a comic book fight scene versus what I originally intended for it to be, which is kind of a cleaner street type corner, and it is now this. I don't want to say abandoned, but it could be abandoned. I mean, there's broken windows, but I've also known people who live in houses with broken windows, so it doesn't necessarily have to be abandoned, but it is definitely has, you know, the space has seen better days. And yeah, so coming up next is I go to Target because I had been looking for this Spider-Man, Marvel Legends Spider-Man Magic the Gathering collab. So I went to somebody had posted it online, and I was able to secure one all the way in Salem, Mass, which is almost an hour drive, but I took the drive out. So I'll show a video of me grabbing that, and grabbed another G.I. Joe figure, but that is coming up in the video. And this is the Chronicles of AlFigures. I think episode 29. Is it 29 or 28 maybe? Anyway, so next one would be 29 if in fact this is 28. And I'm out of here. Peace. All right, so I am at Target because, mind you, I'm at a Target that's an hour away from my home. But the reason I am here is because Toyshes on Facebook had posted that Target had put their Magic the Gathering Spider-Man on clearance. So I tried ordering it to pick up, and unfortunately it has to be something they bring to my car, but I had to use the bathroom, so that's where I was coming from. So once I kind of peruse the action figure aisle, I will go back to my car and let them know I'm here so they can bring me the figure. I ended up paying $20 and a cent. I think it was like 20.01 or something like that. But boom, look at that. Need this guy. Oh, they got sci-fi too. I can only get one because I don't want to buy two. I'm probably gonna go with mainframe. Let me see. Yeah, I prefer mainframe. May not even get sci-fi. I mean, I don't get them all, so I have to sometimes kind of make that decision. And unless I can find sci-fi clearance at some point, I'm just gonna stick with this. So this is good. Needed this. I think this is it for the action figures, right? And it's funny because they said that they had 4 of the Magic the Gathering Spider-Men, but I don't see any out here, so I guess mine is secured, and I'll soon find out when I go back to my car and let them know I'm here. I am done. I am out of here. Got what I needed, and actually I'm glad I'm in Salem, Mass, because there is a comic book store that I visit once in a while when I come around here, and so I do want to visit that store. So once I leave here, I'll go into Salem, very famous for the celebration of witches, and it gets really packed there in Halloween. And I'm gonna go visit that comic book shop, and I'll take you guys along for that ride as well. All right, so here is how much I paid. I paid a total of $20.08 for this figure that I had been looking for a little bit, and was willing to pay full price for it. And yeah, $20. That, my friends, is a bargain and an old school price. I really have no interest in any of the other ones. I just wanted this one. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not something, I understand that there was a lot of QC issues with the legs falling off and what have you, but I do not plan to open it, and when I do, hopefully it won't be an issue with my figure. I just think the presentation is pretty dope in itself. It's just a collab with Magic the Gathering and Marvel Legends, and a pretty cool Peter Parker head sculpt there, all damaged, and pretty cool damage on the body itself with an exclusive Magic the Gathering playing card. So I'm so happy. Sometimes I'll look for something and I can't find it, and then it just magically happens that I find it at the cheapest possible price. And again, 20 bucks is a pretty good deal, I feel, for this collab. All right, now I gotta go drive up to the comic book shop. I forgot the name of it, Harrison's or something like that, but let's see, we'll find it. All right, and one of the ones I'm still looking for is the thing from the Fantastic Four movie. Not here, that's all right. Let's see what they have around the corner here. Let me see. Oh, they got a Mesco Snake Eyes. Oh, that's pretty cool. They have the Super 7. What is it, a 6-pack? That's a big ass He-Man. A Game of Thrones sword, which is always cool. Oh, and they also have some more vintage type of things. They got some old Joes from the 3 3/4 line. That's a dope looking Zartan. Some open figures. Oh, look at that. I remember having this figure in particular. And this was when Marvel wasn't doing that much in terms of action figures. So this was a big get, and I loved this black symbiote Spider-Man. All right. Yeah, so not bad. I always enjoy coming here. Shoe one. Oh, the sound chip sensor. I may grab this. I was interested in this when I saw it online. Let's see how much it costs. All right. Wait, the DC side. Alright, let me head back to the car, see how much this costs, see if I'm gonna grab it, and away we go. Oh, 20 bucks, I see it now. Found the G.I. Joe section, and I saw that I don't have this, and was interested. I was like, oh, okay. I saw the price. $39.95. So anywhere between $15 and $18 above retail. New. Oh, thank you. That's dope. I've seen this a couple times. 60 bucks. Comes with the little puppers, I guess. Alright. That's dope. I like that. Some of the Super 7. Let's see how crazy the ask is here. 30 bucks. Yeah, I'm good. I do need this Major Blood though, at some point. Check out these, they look like Lego houses. And this is part of, this little area here is part of the Peabody Essex Museum, which is one of my favorite museums. If you guys aren't from the East Coast, if you've never been to Massachusetts and you do come here, I implore you to come to Salem, Mass. This is very famous for the witch trials. You're gonna see all kinds of shops like this. Witch City Inc., Witch History Museum, and usually around Halloween this is just popping. It's crazy around here, but it's a very cool town, and I come here probably once a year. Never really came for Halloween or for that time. I've always wanted to like rent a room the day before Halloween in the area and just take it all in, but like this is maybe into this kind of stuff. This is so dope. The Hotel Salem. the magic parlor. I actually know the owner of that spot. He's a special effects guy who's done special effects for a lot of Hollywood movies. Real cool dude. They're closed now because if not I would have went in there. They give tours. Yeah, very historic part of Massachusetts. And I'm heading to Harrison's comic book shop, which is what it's called. I thought it was Harrison's, but it's Harrison's. And we'll see what that's looking like. I found a parking spot, put 3/4 in it for 30 minutes. I think I probably have about 15 minutes to go. So it'll be a pretty quick visit. But yeah, you get these type of environments. But a very cool town in Massachusetts. Very, very artful part of town. And I am almost fangs. I'm almost at the comic book store. And I like this comic book store. It's a pretty big space. I don't remember there being a lot of action figures, but I'm still a comic book fan. So let's go and take a look, see what's happening here. Whew. Hello. Hello. Okay. Let's see, I think I might have passed a section.
Somebody bought it while we were gone. They're not gonna freak out, okay? Okay, I will do it.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they have a ton of action figures. Obviously the horror stuff's always going to be right in the front of this store, especially in this town. But you know there has to be superhero stuff. Here's the comic book section. I got the blockies. All levels of blockies. Hulk smash.
Somebody trying to bring us to the door.
Big ass Hulk. Yeah, statues galore. Let's see. Just looking for like a classic action figure aisle. It was cold today, man. Let's see what we have here. There we go. We got the Legends and look, they had it here. Let's see what it's priced at. $69.95, 70 bucks. Bro, 20. I'm feeling good about that. But they have pretty good. All right, I got a package today from the good people at Lids. Wanted to get a couple of fitted caps. One of them for my vacation to Costa Rica, and then a couple other ones I found on sale. And this is yet another thing that I enjoy collecting, is baseball caps. First we got this, this is the one I'm taking with me to Costa Rica. I have like those blue and white Vomeros, so I wanted to get a cap to kind of match those sneakers. And I don't have a single Boston Bruins cap, so saw this one on sale, decided to grab it. It looks pretty good. NHL logo on the back. Now I don't know if you guys know, I'm a huge New Era fan. That's pretty much the only baseball caps I wear. And as you can see, I have a New Era tattoo, which I got many years ago. And then this one looks amazing. I love this color. This one looks great. So we got the NFL logo. the NHL logo, and the MLB logo. All on the back, all with New Era on the side. And so I got 3 of the 4 major Boston teams. I didn't get a Celtics one, but that's okay. I do have a Celtics cap. I don't have any Celtic fitted caps, so usually I like to get the fitted ones. I have a couple of snapback caps, but I generally prefer the fitted caps. And I've been wearing fitted caps, man, since I was a teenager. Before there was a Lids, there was only one place you can buy fitted caps, and that was literally at Fenway Park. They had a pro shop there, and that was the only place you can get fitted caps. And back in the day, they didn't have the New Era logo because it was just it was pretty much just the MLB logo on the back and the team logo on the front. And that was the only place. The Lids, Lids, all these hat stores, they didn't exist in Boston. It was literally one place you can find fitted caps, like the official caps that the baseball players wore. So I'm very happy with all 3 of my new fitted caps. Let's go.